Amen. I invite you to turn in your scriptures to Daniel chapter 7. These chapters are just long enough to want to read the whole thing, but just too long to not want to read the whole thing. We're just going to read the second part from 15 to 28. And so it kind of explains the first part a little bit. And so I, Daniel, was troubled in spirit, and the visions that passed through my mind disturbed me. I approached one of those standing there and asked him the true meaning of all this. So he told me, and he gave me the interpretation of these things. The four great beasts are four kingdoms that will rise from the earth. But the saints of the Most High will receive the kingdom and will possess it forever. Yes, forever and ever. Then I wanted to know the true meaning of the fourth beast, which was different from all the others, and most terrifying with iron teeth and bronze claws. The beast that crushed and devoured its victims and trampled underfoot whatever was left. I also wanted to know about the 10 horns on its head, and about the other horn that came up, before which 3 of them fell. The horn that looked more imposing than the others, and that had eyes and a mouth that spoke boastfully. As I watched, this horn was waging war against the saints and defeating them, until the Ancient of Days came and pronounced judgment in favor of the saints of the Most High. And the time came when they possessed the kingdom. He gave me this explanation. The fourth beast is a fourth kingdom that will appear on the earth. It will be different from all the other kingdoms, and will devour the whole earth, trampling it down and crushing it. The 10 horns are 10 kings who will come from this kingdom. After them another king will arise, different from the earlier ones. He will subdue 3 kings. He will speak against the Most High and oppress his saints, and try to change the set times and the laws. The saints will be handed over to him for a time, times, and half a time. But the court will sit, and his power will be taken away and completely destroyed forever. Then the sovereignty, power, and greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven will be handed over to the saints, the people of the Most High. His kingdom will be an everlasting kingdom, and all the rulers will worship and obey him. This is the end of the matter. I, Daniel, was deeply troubled by my thoughts, and my face turned pale, but I kept the matter to myself. Now, a lot of troubling dreams are happening in the book of Daniel. Nebuchadnezzar has a couple troubling dreams that trouble him so much he's afraid to sleep. Belshazzar doesn't have a dream, but he does see a hand right on the wall, and that really troubles him. In all these instances, Daniel was the man who was tuned into God and received the explanations. And it got to the point where Daniel was sought out anytime there was an incident like this, because Daniel seemed to, he walked pretty close with God. What he do, he's going to reveal things to you. So as chapter 7 begins, we see that it's Daniel this time who has the dream. And visions pass through his mind as he's lying in his bed, and he writes down the substance of the dream, which is a smart move for a guy who wants to remember it later. Ever had that happen? We have a pretty cool dream in the middle of the night. You wake up in the morning, it's you can remember you dreamt it, it's gone. Write it down. Well, verse 1 tells us that this happened in the first year of Belshazzar. So we know right away there's a slight digression in the story. This dream would have happened before the lion's den episode, because it happened in the first year of Belshazzar. And so, so Belshazzar was dead and gone before Darius, who was the king who put Daniel in the lion's den. And as chapter 8 begins, we see that chapter 8 will begin in the 3rd year of Belshazzar. By the time we get to chapter 9, it's the 1st year of Darius. So this is taking us back a notch, back to Belshazzar. Daniel has this dream. It's almost like this is like Daniel part. This is like Daniel 2. And now we're getting into some Daniel's perspective. If you know, you also notice that this book shifts gears from what God was showing worldly kings to what God is now showing the prophet Daniel. And it's just, it didn't happen back to back. There's some overlap there. So Daniel spends the first part of chapter 7 explaining the substance of his dream. I didn't read the first part. We described his dream. We're going to summarize it quickly. Probably not quickly, but going to summarize it. And as I do, I'm going to point to places where it's obvious that Daniel is seeing the exact same thing that was seen later on by John, who's on the island of Patmos, recorded in the book of Revelation. The only difference is that Daniel is seeing it before Jesus came, John's seeing it after Jesus came, and Jesus obviously changed some things. If you don't believe that, you're not paying attention. Jesus changed things, lots of things, in lots of ways. And right off the bat, we have a case in point. Daniel sees 4 winds of heaven churning up the sea. which symbolizes evil on the earth. The sea represents for the Jewish people the realm of evil. And if you remember when Jesus cast the demon out of the guy into the herd of pigs, where did the herd of pigs go? Into the sea. And when Jesus came walking on the water, he wasn't just impressing them with the sun, he was exercising authority over the evil realm by literally walking on the water. And when he told the wind and the waves to be quiet and still, again, he exercised authority over the realm of evil, saying, listen, you got no business here. And the wind and the waves calmed down, and the disciples were like, whoa, who is this guy? Who tells the sea to shut up? And it actually works. You see Jesus change things. Well, the wind is churning up the sea, and evil is running rampant on the earth. In Revelation 7:1, John sees angels standing at the four corners of the earth, holding back the four winds of the earth from blowing. You see, Jesus won a victory over evil. And while evil still prevails sometimes, he's made a way for us to overcome evil because they're holding it back. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. The second thing Daniel sees is four great beasts. Each different, each coming out of the sea. And again, the sea represented the realm of evil. And John in Revelation 13:1 sees a beast coming from where? Out of the sea. Daniel sees four because he's seeing earthly kingdoms that will rise and fall. John morphs Daniel's four beasts into one, simply signifying the realm of evil in general. Because if you think about it, who was more evil? Evil guy A, evil guy B, evil guy C, evil guy D, fill whichever names you want to put in there. How do you determine more evil? It's like it was more darker. You know, it was more colder. No, evil is evil. It doesn't have to be very evil. Evil is just evil. And so these beasts that Daniel saw were a lion with wings like an eagle, a bear with 3 ribs in its mouth, a leopard with 4 wings on its back, 4 heads and authority, and a fourth he describes as the only way he describes his fourth beast is terrifying and frightening, very powerful, large teeth, crushing everything in its path, different from all the others, with 10 horns. And Daniel was thinking about the horns. This perplexed him, as smart as Daniel was, this perplexed him. And as he's thinking about it, a little horn comes up from among them, and the first 3 horns were uprooted. The horn had eyes and a mouth and spoke boastfully. This is kind of a goofy-looking creature that he sees. And as he looked, there were thrones set up in place, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. Now try to imagine what that must look like. The Ancient of Days is how we refer to God and him being before time and him being beyond the end of time. He's the Ancient of Days. And he's taking his seat on the throne. I'm not sure what you picture when you picture God. When somebody says God, what your mental picture dials in when you think of God. You know, is sitting on a throne. But whatever that is, it's got to be a powerful image. This clothing was white as snow. And anytime the Bible references white as snow, that's always going to be a clear reference to our sins being forgiven. Because our sins will be like scarlet, but they shall be white as snow. It's about our sins being forgiven. The hair on his head was white like wool. We're almost there. And so that's the one I can demonstrate for you, the white hair thing. But his head being white like wool, which John notes in Revelation 1:14 when he describes Jesus. Very white like wool. His throne was flaming with fire, a reference held in the ways of God in the burning bush as well as the Mount Sinai. And its wheels were all ablaze, and a river of fire was flowing, coming out from before his throne. Now Psalm 53 says, our God comes and will not be silent. A fire devours before him, and around him a tempest rages. Over in Psalm 92 it says, Psalm 97:2, fire goes before him and consumes his foes on every side. There's two different ways to see fire. Oftentimes when we think of fire, we tend to think of hell. But on the other hand, God is a consuming fire. And whatever isn't holy gets burned up. Whatever is holy gets refined. And the fire is a refining tool. Is that you burn away all the junk. And what's left is perfection. That's what God wants for his people. And Daniel was seeing the coming of Jesus. Jesus dealing with evil and taking his seat on the throne of heaven. Verse 11 says he continued to watch because the horn was speaking boastful words. And if you ever saw a horn talking, you'd probably keep your eye on it too. And we all know that horns can't talk. Right? Horns don't typically talk. What the horn represents is power. More horns, more power. Power speaks. And in this case, the power is speaking boastfully. Daniel keeps watching, and the beast was slain, and its body was destroyed and thrown into the blazing fire. The other beasts were stripped of their authority, but were allowed to live for a little bit. And finally, he gets to the Jesus part. And he sees, and this is let your mental picture really work overtime on this one. He sees one like a son of man coming on the clouds of heaven. And he approaches the Ancient of Days. And you wonder what Jesus was doing on those 3 days that he was alive, that he was dead and in the tomb, where he was at. Daniel sees that. He sees the Son of Man approaching the Ancient of Days. He was led into his presence, and he was given authority, glory, and sovereign power, and everyone worshipped him. Everything worshipped him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. That's not just good stuff, that's the best stuff. Daniel seeing evil in all its fashion, then seeing Jesus destroying it and providing the way to victory because he went into the presence of God. Jesus went where we could not go to make a way for us to get there. But as we see in verse 15, all this has Daniel troubled in spirit. So he asks the media, what does this mean? What does this mean? Seeing the final victory is good, but all this stuff that has to happen before the final victory is quite troubling. I mean, history has revealed many of the evil empires that have come and gone. But this fourth beast bothers Daniel. He wants to know the meaning of the fourth beast with the horns who really causes problems until the Ancient of Days arrives. And Daniel was given this explanation in verse 23, the part that we read. The fourth beast is the fourth kingdom that will appear on earth and will be different and far more destructive. The 10 horns are 10 kings who will come from this kingdom. And after them, another one will rise, the little horn, who will subdue the 3 kings. He will speak against the Most High and oppress the saints and try to change the set times and the laws. And the saints will be handed over him for a time, times, and half a time. But the court will sit, and his power will be taken away and completely destroyed forever. Now again, history can reveal who these guys are, and many have undertaken to try to figure out the 10 names that go with these 10 kings, and who these people are. And then, because at the end of the day, most people, they want to know, they want to try to figure out where we are. They want a timeline of where we're at. And that's not what this is about. That's not what this is about. This is about trying to figure out who those 10 names are. Because there's only one name that should concern us. There really is only one name that concerns us. Because kings and kingdoms will all pass away. They're all coming to nothing. But there's something about that name, the name of Jesus. That's the only name that should concern us. Because at the end of the day, we don't know when he's coming back. We just know he's coming back. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. His kingdom will be an everlasting kingdom, and all the rulers will worship and obey him. Daniel says this is the end of the matter, and again we read that Daniel was troubled. And it's no accident that Jesus, when he gets here in John 14:1, which he says in John 14:1, do not let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God, trust also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you, I'm going there to prepare a place for you. So what's Jesus doing now? Preparing a place for us. And when he's ready for us, he's going to come and get us. I meant to picture there goes sitting in the doctor's office. And every time that door opens, you're like, you're hoping you're next. As you look, I was here before that guy, so I'm next. And when they call the person who got there after you, it's like, no, it's me. They're getting the room ready for him. Of course, the only thing frustrating about that is you do get back in the doctor's office, and it's their arm and hats, and they actually see the doctor. And so, right? You've been there. So, but he's going to prepare a place for us. There's no reason for our hearts to be troubled. There's no reason to be troubled. Now, we can come up, we can say a list of reasons why things that trouble us, can't we? There's always going to be things that bother us that we don't know. Because we are people who want to know, aren't we? We want to know everything there is to know. We live in the information age. And if you can't figure it out, you can certainly look it up or get somebody to look it up, and we want to know. And Daniel, this is what troubles Daniel. Daniel wants to know. But there's no reason for that, because Jesus already won that victory. Daniel saw it. He saw the victory that is in Jesus before it happened. God is trying to comfort his people who are in exile. They're in exile. They are not home. And they are not home for a very bad reason. And God wants to comfort his people, but at the same time, he wants to be 100% honest with them. Evil will have its day. Evil's just going to win some. Things don't always go our way. But rest assured, the Ancient of Days will act. And he will destroy all the evil kingdoms. Daniel saw it from the other end. We've got it from the end where the Ancient of Days has acted in history. Jesus has come into history. John is seeing the same thing from the other angle. He's saying the same thing. He's describing it the same way. Even though it may look like evil's winning, there's victory in Jesus because there's a first century Jewish man who was crucified, who is sitting at the right hand of this Ancient of Days, of Almighty God. That's good stuff. And Jesus has made a way for us to be victorious over all those beasts and all the horns. And that doesn't mean these horns, that these powerful people aren't going to shoot their mouth off. It's what evil does. It's an intimidation tactic. They want us to be afraid. They want us to be, they want us to cower in a corner, but Jesus has come to give us victory. And that's what we celebrate whenever we come to the altar. We celebrate because, yeah, he died, but he's alive. He's where he needs to be, doing what he needs to do. And if he lives in your heart, you have victory, no matter what else is going on. So let's pray. Father God, we thank you for the victory that's in Jesus. Lord, if we're not feeling all that victorious today, Lord, let us not leave here until we do. Fill us with your Spirit, Lord, and we live in this world that it just sometimes sinks. But Lord, and it seems like it's not right. We gripe, we complain sometimes, but we need to keep our eyes fixed on you. Lord, all the great songs that we sing, from turn our eyes upon you to the kings and kingdoms will all pass away. Lord, keep those songs, keep those words, the victory that's in Jesus. Keep those words, Lord, right at the front of our mind whenever we're walking through a tough spot. Lord, you've overcome. And so our hearts will not be troubled, Lord, because there's victory in you. It's in your name we pray.